Hello and welcome to the Backyard Machine Shop. Well, as you can see from the last time I shot a video, things have changed a little bit. And what I've done is have you seen this shop before? It used to be my cabinet shop. And what I've done was I took all my cabinet working machinery and I put it in the shop where I used to have the machine shop, and I moved most of the machine shop into this room. Now, I'm not going to move surface grinders and all that. They're going to have their own room, so you won't see them in this shop. But the reason I did that was, that a lot more room in this shop, and I wanted to set up a shop to where I had a place where I could work on things and kind of use it like a studio. And this shop has far greater lighting. It's insulated, so the sound shouldn't be as bad. You won't hear the rain on the roof like you did in the other shop. Anyway, the main thing is the room, and it's giving me a place to build things. You've seen me move stuff in here and do projects and work in here, and machine work's done in the other building. And frankly, I like this room better. So I'm still a work in progress, and hopefully it'll make better video. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you on a little shop tour of what I've done, and I'll just stop at every corner or whatever and kind of show you what we have in here. So hold on a minute, let me get the camera and I'll move you around. Alright, here we are at the lathe. We have the Monarch 10EE and we have the Kingston 1440. Now when I made the move, everything didn't go real smooth. I went and picked up the Monarch, and I've moved this thing 100 times. And for some reason, I had a brain fart. And inside here, if you can tell, I got it on legs. And when I picked it up, started moving it, I set it back down, and normally I go in there and tighten up the legs to where they won't fall out. Well, one of the legs had dropped out, and when I set it back down, it kind of binded and rolled the whole lathe over. Well, I broke my hand wheel. Here's a couple pieces of it. But the lathe was spared for damage by a couple things. One, just so happened my welding machine was sitting right in front of it, so it kind of cushioned the blow. And however, 3,000 pounds rolling over onto a Lincoln MIG welder completely destroyed the welder. So it's cost me a handle, which I have a handle. It's not an original handle, but it'll work, and I'm going to show a video of making it fit it. It broke one of the part of the hand wheel here on the compound. Other than that, other than it draining some oil out and me just hurting my pride, it didn't damage anything. So Monarch's back in business. It's ready to go. Fixing to make the handle as soon as I finish shooting this video. We'll have it ready to go. Now the Kingston, it's just a beast. It's real heavy. I moved it over here. Everything I did by myself. So, and it has to come in a certain way to fit through the door. And it was a job. It took me probably all day to move the Kingston and get it set back up. But it's ready to roll. I've cleaned it up. It looks really nice. You don't realize how dirty these things get sitting in a shop until you start cleaning them. So Monarch, the Kingston. Now I'll move you over into the far corner a little bit and let's look at some other stuff. Okay, here we are at the Kearney Trekker. Now the Kearney is a 2H universal. I picked this up. A friend of mine, a YouTube viewer, picked it up for me out of Ohio and brought it into Tennessee, and then I picked it up in Tennessee and brought it home. Now this machine doesn't look like it weighs that much, but it's close to 5,000 pounds. And the doors that I have to come through in the shop, let's say, weren't made for this to come through. This and the Wells Index coming through, we had to take all the hand wheels off, strip it down, and kind of get it in sideways and move the table one way, get it that side in, and move the table back the other way. Anyway, got it in here. Again, it's a beast. When I had it in the other shop, I always had sitting on 4x4s because I knew I was going to move it again. Well, now I've got it leveled. I've got nice feet, leveling feet on it. Nice and sound. It's ready to go. Hadn't put the vise back on yet. Not sure what the first project's going to be. So that 8-inch Palgrim vise weighs 150 pounds. And I just didn't feel like busting a gut to get it up here just for the video. So hold on, I'll take you over to the Wells Index. All right, over here we have the Wells Index milling machine. Again, getting it through the doorway was trouble. Hand wheels had to come off. Had to kind of work the table, get it through, tilt the head. I've shown some pictures on Facebook. And you can see in those pictures where the head had to be tilted probably 30 degrees or so. This is another heavy machine. I think a Bridgeport mill weighs around 1,800 pounds. This one weighs somewhere around 2,700 pounds. So it's still a beast to get in here. Again, we got it on leveling feet, and it's all nice and leveled, all set up. Another one we cleaned, and I'm gonna tell you, it was unbelievable dirty. I scrubbed it, got it all nice and cleaned up. It needs a paint job. It's got I think the dogs are going bad in the head. You can hear it rattling when it's running. But other than that, it's a fine machine. I showed some pictures on Facebook of the ways. All the frosting's still on the ways. I thought I had about 100 thousandths of backlash in it, and so I had been considering, working on the screw, but when I was cleaning, I got up under there and the half nut was actually loose. And now it's got about 30 thousandths of backlash in it. So actually the mill's in great shape. We got 30 in the X and about 10 in the Y. And other than the little noise it makes, it runs good. It's good and strong. I'm glad it's a part of the shop. And over here we have the Delta drill press that I did the restoration on a year or two ago, and it's on video if you want to go look at it. Okay. One of the things that moving it in here allowed me to do, one is, like I said, the light. The lighting is so much better in here, and not that I didn't have it set up to do in the other room. I have the materials and the lighting to put the ceiling in the other room, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. I still haven't finished this room. You'll notice there's some places where plywood is missing or holes in the ceiling, and those basically are access areas to where I can get to the wiring and things like that. And that's the reason I said I'd stop doing anything until I got at least this much of it done, because if I'd come in here and started working, which I've done 2 jobs, if I'd come in here and started working and shooting videos, I'd never got it done. It allows, I got all this room in the corners for my toolboxes and tools. I've actually started moving. I had an office where I kept all my end mills and drill bits and card files and stuff like that. They're going to be moved in here. I've already got some in here with bolts. And that office is going to be used for a grinding room. So I'll take and place all my grinders in there, all my sanders, as far as metalworking stuff in there, and it'll isolate the dust to that one room. Okay, so now I'm going to move you around. This is corner number 2, and let's move over to corner number 3. All right, here we are in corner number 3. Corner number 3, the Pratt Whitney lathe lives in right now. And I know when I went over to Pratt Whitney when I first put it in the shop, that this is when I said that I needed to do a few things before I started working on it. The number one thing was to move everything over here. And that's the reason I haven't already started on it. Believe me, I've been itching to work on this thing. But I wanted to get this building set up, and this shop set up to at least to where I have plenty of room to work on it. I have a good place to shoot video, good lighting, good sound, and make an enjoyable video out of it. So here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get started on this thing, and I'm just going to roll it right out here in the middle of the floor, and we're going to tear it down and clean it up, repaint it, replace what needs to be replaced. Right now I haven't found anything. It's amazing how well preserved this thing is, and I have a picture or two that I posted on Facebook of the lathe in its catalog back in 1920 or 1916, whatever year it was made. And you can actually see in the picture what all this frosting that's in the ways, and it's still here. I mean, 100 years of use, and all that frosting is still there. So I'll get some close up to it when we start doing a restore. I've got the chuck off of it. I plan on replacing the chuck with a more modern chuck, and that means making a back plate. And making this back plate is going to be fun because this one has a tapered nose and a thread behind it, whereas most modern threaded spindles have a thread and a register behind the thread. So this one's going to be a little unique making, and it's like I think a 3 TPI thread also, so it's going to be quick. All right, so Pratt Whitney's in this corner. If you see up on the walls, I'm still rearranging it, and that's another good thing about this shop is when I started walling this shop up and closing the shop in, I put pegboard all the way around it. And first I didn't know if I liked it or not, but now I can start hanging tools and hammers and hang everything I need up on it, and I can get to it access real quick. Okay, so corner number 3, take you over to the back wall and let's see what we got there. Okay guys, here we are in corner number 4, or 4th quarter of the shop. And on this end wall, I've got a couple bandsaws set up. I have a Delta 14-inch metal saw and a Jet 12, or is it 12 or 14? I think it's a 12-inch saw. And what I use with these saws is I cut metal with the Delta, and the Jet I use it to cut small pieces of aluminum plate, things like that. Here I have a 30-inch Tanny Whit bandsaw. It was built in 1929, and I'll go over it later. Right now, it's been a good saw. The wheel came off of it. I don't use these saws enough, and the wheel came off of it. It broke the last time, so I've got a replacement tire. Not the wheel, but the tire. I've got a replacement tire and a replacement blade, and I'll shoot a video changing that out. So I got to do that in the near future. Over here in this corner is my project corner, and I've got a Delta 220. It's a Franken press here. It's a Delta 220 14-inch drill press, and it's on a Lathe stand. Yeah, you know what? That is such a great stand, and I love the drill press on it. But I have a 17-inch Delta sitting over here on the floor. One of them I took off my table, and just like the one that I did the restoration on a while back, it's sitting over here. It's going to be mounted on that Lathe stand. So that's a project I'm going to do. Is I'll fix it all up, paint it all up, make some adapter plates, convert it, and we'll end up with a great drill press, a 17-inch heavy-duty metal drill press. Over here I got a little, I don't know, maybe 9-inch Dunlop. I picked it up, didn't want anybody to throw it in the dump, and I've never done anything with it. I've got some plans for it too. I've got a tap grinder back here, trying to figure out how to make that a tool grinder, and that'll be a project coming up. And then I have a 38-inch Oliver bandsaw here, and I've already had restored this saw, and it's sitting here, and I never could get it to run right. And I think the Babbitt had some issues in it, so I've taken it apart, and I took it apart 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just been sitting here, and I hate it, but I've decided I'm going to fix it up. So it's going to be a project coming up soon too. And I'm that close to making it a metal bandsaw. And I've got some ideas about how to do that. And I calculated it out. I think to do a good job running 100 surface feet a minute, it's going to have to run around 40 RPM. So it's going to be some drastic, I might have to put some kind of transmission on it to get it to do that, but look for that coming up in the future. Alright guys, well I've shown you the main part of the shop. The wood shop, formerly machine shop, is completely off limits right now. If you wanted to go in there, you probably couldn't. It's a mess. The grinding room's the next project, and I'll do that, but I'm going to run the machine shop. I've already got some work coming back in, and need to take care of that. Trying to get some more work from a couple of places that I've got work before, and take care of that. So you'll see some videos up and coming. And really and truly, I'm loving it. I can mop the floors. I got room to wheel things around. It's just so much nicer over here. The lighting, and like I said, I got the same lighting for the other shop. I just have never installed it. And I hope to do a few more things. Well, there's a couple more machines that's got to come in here. The Royceford drill press, the 21-inch drill press, it takes up a considerable amount of room, and I think I'm going to put it over here next to the next to the 38-inch bandsaw. And I may have another mill coming in. I'm not sure yet. And if it does, it's going to come back here in the back. So I'm trying to keep these places as open as I can. The 10-inch bandsaw, if I can find room in the other building, I'm going to move it over there. That'll give me some room in that corner. And as I do projects, we'll clean that corner out. I got some plans for the Pratt Whitney. You'll stay tuned for that. I think that's going to be a great lathe. I just can't wait to get to using it. The Monarch, the next video will probably be fixing that handle. Take care of that. Kingston's in great shape, ready to go. So, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I just wanted to shoot a little short video to let you know what was going on, and get back in the swing of things. I actually had to go find everything that I needed to shoot the video. So until next time, from the Backyard Machine Shop, so long.